Hi everyone, so this is my 25 bookish facts about me video. I've seen those around BookTube, but I really enjoyed them, so I figured it was about time that I made a video of my own, so here we go. Fact number 1 is my favorite bookstore is Strand, and it's a bookstore here in New York City, which is massive. I believe there's 18 miles of books there, so it's a perfect place for a book lover, and they have so many cute little things like tote bags and things like that, so it's definitely a favorite of mine to go into and just browse around. Fact number 2 is I mostly read my books on my e-reader, and that's because it's the most convenient way for me to read at this point. I don't like carrying books in my bag just because they get damaged really easily, and if I'm trying to read a really big book, it's also problematic, so I've decided that I just have great love for my e-reader. Fact number 3 is I get most of my books from the library, and I actually borrow them on my Kindle, so I don't have to ever go to a library. I can just do it at home from my computer. I never have to go anywhere, and they automatically get returned, so nothing to worry about. Fact number 4 is I prefer standalone novels, though I do love Harry Potter, and that's a series. After that, all the books that I've read, I mostly prefer just standalone. I just feel like I like to be just done with it all at once. I don't like having to wait or having to, read so many books to sort of get to learn more information, so I prefer the standalones. Fact number 5 is thriller and mystery is my favorite genre, and I'm sure you probably know this by now from watching my channel. Fact number 6 is I can read anywhere, so I read in public places, I can read on public transit. It doesn't really matter for me if it's noisy or not. I still read my books, and it's a real enjoyable experience for me. Fact number 7 is I like to know how much is left in the book, so I sort of always count how many pages I have if I'm reading a physical book, or actually with the Kindle it tells you in percentages how much you have left, so that's a really helpful feature because that way I sort of roughly know where I'm at in the book. Fact number 8 is I judge my books by their covers. I know it's bad and everyone says not to do it, but I can't help it. There are some covers that are just extremely appealing to me, and whenever I see them, I want to get those books. Fact number 9, I don't usually like any of the movies that are based on books. So if I've read a book before and I watch a movie after, I can't even think of one that turned out better than the actual book was. So maybe one day I will, but I haven't so far. Fact number 10 is I prefer reading paperbacks, and it's not that I don't like hardcover books, I do, but when I'm actually reading it, I feel like it's easier to handle a paperback rather than a hardcover book. But when it comes to actual books, I don't really mind either one. Fact number 11, I love beautiful bookmarks, but I don't actually have any of my own. I use just basic bookmarks that you get for free at most bookstores that they give to you, so that's what I've been using pretty much for as long as I can remember. Fact number 12, I've been reading since I was 5, and I had to verify it with my mom and just to make sure I knew when it was that I started reading books and actually knowing what's going on, so I guess it's been a while. Fact number 13 is I'm a fan of summer reading lists, and in general reading lists, whenever you get one off of BuzzFeed or any place like that sort of tells you, oh, you should read these books, I always check them, and I always end up finding books that I like from there, so it's one of the places where I get my TBR books. Fact number 14 is Gillian Flynn is my favorite author, but I'm sure you probably knew that already. Fact number 15 is at university I actually took 0 literary courses, so I didn't read any fun and exciting books. I pretty much just read nonfiction the entire time I was there, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I can't do anything about it now. Fact number 16, I actually read the first 3 Harry Potter books in Russian because it is my first language, and then obviously I reread the first 3 books after in English, but yeah, the first 3 books I actually didn't read in English, which I can't remember that much of a difference, so I don't know if it actually makes a difference, but it was definitely something unique and different. Fact number 17, when I was growing up, I went from reading children's books to reading adult books. I don't think I ever picked up any YA books. I don't know if YA books were popular when I was the appropriate age for it. I certainly didn't know that they were out there, so I think that's probably why I sort of skipped that stage and just went straight to adult. I don't know. I probably would have enjoyed it, but I guess we'll never know. Fact number 18, as much as I've tried, I could never get into any audiobooks. I've listened to some, and it was kind of a struggle for the most part, so at this point I've given up. I don't think I can do it, though ironically, I enjoy listening to podcasts, which are sort of like listening to a book, but I don't know, I guess there's a difference. Fact number 19 is this year I set my Goodreads goal to 80 books, and it's sort of pressuring me a little bit because at this point I'm 2 books behind, so I'm really worried that I won't be able to reach my goal, and now I feel like I have to read more often than I have been, which is really stressful. Fact number 20, I know I mentioned that I wanted to read some graphic novels, but as of right now I have never read a graphic novel, which is really sad because they look very interesting and beautiful, so hopefully I'll pick one up soon. Fact number 21 is I'm a lot more picky about books now. I feel like I went through a stage where I read very average books, and I picked them up just because. Well, now I'm trying to really be picky and really go for the books that I like a lot and I'm really interested in, rather than just going for any random book. I feel like that probably makes for a better reading experience anyways. Fact number 22, in elementary school I was really into Goosebumps and Babysitter's Club books, and I guess I haven't picked one of those up in a long time, but if I ever come across a Goosebumps book, I'll have to get it. Fact number 23 is I struggle reading multiple books at the same time, and that's because usually when I'm reading a book and I'm genuinely interested, I want to keep going with it and to know what happens as soon as possible, rather than putting it off and picking up a different book. So I've done it before, but what usually ends up happening is I just sort of give up on a book and then finishing the other one, so I feel like I've always just failed at doing that. Fact number 24 is I love book bags, and I like it how popular they are now to just carry your stuff in like a purse, so I'm so happy about that. And my favorite book bag is actually from my favorite bookstore, Strand. And my bookish fact number 25 is I've never been to any book signings before, but I would really like to go to one because I feel like if it's with my favorite author, I would have a really fun experience there, so hopefully I'll find one to go to sometime soon. So that's it for my 25 bookish facts. I hope you maybe learned something new and exciting about me, but please let me know if you share any of the same sort of feelings about books and reading and things like that. And also thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.